Oh, hi, and welcome to B Movie Euphoria's 31 Days of Horror, Day 2. Okay, today we have a movie that I really, really wanted to like because it looks like a lot of fun, and I've seen clips from it before, and the trailer and everything kind of looks like it's gonna be good. And I think those are the movies that disappoint me the most are when like my brain is kind of creating the film after I've seen the trailer and seen clips and stuff like that. I'm like kind of building it up in my own psyche, and I get extremely disappointed by the real thing. Today's movie is Curtain. There was some good stuff in it. Samantha Eggar's in it, and she's always fantastic. She has got these great expression-filled eyes, and she can do like anger and hate and uh, beauty and just intelligence just in a look. So she's amazing. Like everything I've seen her in. The Brood is an incredible movie. If you haven't seen it, see that movie. Uh, Also, John Vernon is in this. Great B movie actor. Almost every movie he's in, he's not a great guy, and in this one, it's definitely no exception. Uh, John Vernon plays a director named John Stryker, and his leading lady of an upcoming film called Audra is played by Samantha Eggar, whose name in the film is Samantha. She convinces Stryker to commit her into an insane asylum so she can get into the headspace of this character. And that aspect of the film was actually really interesting. Her being in this insane asylum, having to deal with like people screaming in the middle of the night and just the madness that goes on in there. And that was like, that kind of like drew me in right away because um, it's just very interesting for like a slasher horror film to have something so poignant like that, where we're seeing like the kind of the sadness and the um, just pure depression that this puts her in because she's in there with these women that have all these mental problems, and she's trying to like understand it, and of course it makes her depressed. And so John Stryker's reaction to her getting depressed is, well, I'm just gonna leave her there, and I'm gonna look for a new actress for my film. And so it's just, of course, she gets super pissed about that, which she has every right to. And so John Stryker decides to hold auditions at his huge mansion. He picks six actresses, invites them down to his giant mansion, and Samantha hears about this and decides she's going to break out of the insane asylum, which he's left her in, and she's going to go and confront John Vernon or John Stryker. And so right off the bat, you're kind of like, okay, so Samantha's gonna be the killer, but no, she couldn't be because that's way too obvious. But it's always kind of intimating that that's what they're making us believe that that's what it is. Anyway, all the actresses are very good. That end up making it to the mansion. One actress is killed before she can even get there, and like right before she's killed, she sees this creepy doll right here. That doll is very creepy, and there are a lot of scenes that are they use the doll pretty effectively, and then the doll kind of disappears in the second act, and we never see it again, which is sad because every kill in the movie that involves the doll is very good and very effective. There's one where one of the actresses sees the doll just like sitting in the road, or not sitting, standing in the road while she's driving. And of course, it's fucking creepy because it looks like a little girl. She gets out of her car and walks up to it, and it's just like touching its face for some reason. And then the hands like close around her hands, and then so there's somebody in her car, all that. So we get to the mansion, and John Stryker is being a total dick to all the actresses, and you're just immediately like, it's really hard to watch because he's either like trying to sleep with them or yelling at them, telling them that they're not good enough. And then Samantha shows up and confronts Stryker about leaving her there and being the dick that he is. So while all this is going on, the auditions and everything, the girls are being picked off one by one. And there are a few really effective, like, creepy moments. Like, there's the scene that, if you've ever looked this film up, it's always the ice skating scene with one of the actresses out on the ice, who she actually trained to learn how to ice skate for that scene. But then on the day of shooting, she was ice skating and fell on her butt, or fell on her chin, and like chipped her chin. And then, so an actual figure skater was brought in to do the actual thing. So she's out on the ice and she's listening to some pop song, and then the pop song stops. And so she goes over to her boombox and notices that it won't work, and so she messes with the batteries. Batteries fall out, and then in the snow she sees the hand of the doll reaching out, and then she looks back, and here is creepy old lady face coming at her with a scythe and just, yeah. And so that's really freaky, and that scene goes on for a decent amount of time. So I'm not a fan, but it does have some great scenes. It's got just enough scenes to be kind of enjoyable. But the ending's kind of rushed. It's just like, kill everybody. Let's just, yeah. And then when we find out who the killer is, you're kind of like, huh? What? Why? And then it's not satisfying, and it's not particularly scary, and you can kind of tell that the production was not great. Apparently the movie was filmed in 1980. There was clashes between the director and the producer. The director left, taking his name off the film. So the film actually says that it is directed by Jonathan Stryker, the director in the film. Anyway, so he left. He only had filmed 45 minutes. The producer took over, directed the rest of the movie, and you can really tell because it's just kind of all over the place. But, so, I would say, don't really recommend it. I would say just maybe look up some of the scenes online. Good acting. There are some effective scares, but overall, I'm just not. I wasn't into it. I wish I was, because I really wanted to like this movie, but that's okay. You can't like every movie. It's fine. Anyway, that's day 2 of B Movie Euphoria's 31 Days of Horror. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.